Good morning. Thank you for joining us for another daily devotion. We're so glad you're here. We miss you. We love you. And we thank God for you. Can't wait to see you on a more regular basis. But today I want to take you to John 10:10. John 10:10 says that the thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And so we know that the enemy is Satan, and that he wars against us with his demons and the dark realm that he is over. In fact, Scripture calls him the prince of the air. And so we understand that he is the ruler of this world, but we understand that God is sovereign over him. We see that in the book of Job, for example, when Satan has to come and ask permission to target Job in his life. And God does that to show the world his glory, his power, his sovereignty in Job's life, and how Job loves him and will not leave him and not forsake him. And so we see this over and over again, this relationship that's there, but also this distinct separation. And so it's important that we know this verse, because it not only says that the thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy, but what Jesus also emphasizes in this, he says, "But I come that you may have life and have it abundantly." One of Satan's greatest plans right now is to make us bored. And you can see behind me today is the first day of Vacation Bible School. If you are bored, or if you've been robbed of your purpose in life, I would just encourage you to call our church, call Miss Hope, ask, how can I impact, how can I pray for people, how can I pray for kids, how can I pray for families during Vacation Bible School, how can I serve them, how can I make the gospel known? And we will take away some of that boredom in your life that the enemy has come in and steal, kill, and destroy. And what happens is that he wants to steal your purpose. He wants to kill your desires for the gospel, for the word, and he wants to destroy the testimony that God would like to use in your life and leverage for all time. Jonathan Edwards, he made many resolutions in his life, and here's some of the resolutions that he made. Here's two of them. He says, "Resolved that I will do whatsoever I think to be most to God's glory and my own good, profit, and pleasure in the whole of my duration, without any consideration of the time, whether now or never so many myriads of ages hence. Resolved to do whatever I think to be my duty, and most for the good and advantage of mankind in general. Resolved to do this, whatever difficulties I meet with, and how many and how great soever." You hear a man in his word here that he's talking about, as he writes out this resolution, that he is resolved to do all things for the glory of God, that he's resolved to do all things for the betterment of all mankind. And then he follows that one up and he says this, "Resolved to continually endeavor to find out some new invention or contrivance to promote aforementioned things." And so this man gave up his life. He was resolved to submit his life to do all he could to put the gospel forward, to do all things for God's glory. Listen, if you're struggling with boredom during this pandemic, during all the changes that have come in, I would just encourage you to brainstorm all the ways that God could use this time in your life to get the gospel out. If you turned every aspect of your life over to his glory, do not allow Satan to steal, kill, and destroy these purposes in you, but instead listen to the Lord as he says, "But I come so that they may have life and have it abundantly." It doesn't sound like boredom is any part of that plan. Thank you so much for joining us. Be blessed today. We love you. Be sure to pray for Vacation Bible School today, for Mrs. Hope, for all the leaders, for these interns that are doing an incredible job. And remember that we are all a work in progress, and that the Lord has began a good work in us, and he has promised to carry it on to completion. So we thank the Lord for this. Jesus is our strong foundation, as we tell the kids. So remember that this week, that Jesus is your strong foundation. Thank you again.